So, one more time. We have a test sometime next week. It could happen Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. My guess is it will happen Friday. The earliest that it would probably happen is Thursday, but my guess is Friday. So a week from tomorrow, we should be having a test. You should start studying. This is the last, and I'm going to put in air quotes, new day of notes. We will still have notes because we will do tougher problems where you have to manipulate equations and formulas. But you need these notes. Areas of circles. Let's go back to move forward. We talked about circumference on Tuesday. Who remembers what the circumference of a circle is?
The perimeter of a circle.
Okay, so it is the perimeter of a circle, but be a little bit more specific. What are we going to say about it? Go ahead, Maddie. The outline of the circle. Okay, I like that too. What else? What are we doing? Are we measuring something? So when we measure, what is that going to be? It starts with the D. Not diameter.
Diagram or something?
No. Yeah. The distance around a circle. Hey Jess, can I tell you how proud I am that you went back into your notes to actually look that up? You know those things that I give you guys pretty much every day that has these words in there and you guys all just stared at me? I mean, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate the attention, but you do have the notes right there. What are you talking about, Mr. H, you silly goose? Second time I've used that today. Strange, right? Silly goose. So circumference, and we said there's two things for a circumference. We have C, capital C stands for circumference, equals 2 times pi. And we said pi was the number for us, 3.14 times, and this would have been a good pirate day too, times R. Okay, R was the radius. Radius goes from the center to the edge of the circle. Listen again. The radius goes from the center to the edge of the circle. It's halfway across the circle. That is critical for today. We also said, what happens if we have the diameter, which goes from one edge to the other edge, and it's all the way across the circle going through the center. This is pi d. Again, pi is 3 14/14. Make sure you write those down again.
Do you have an E in your name?
Do I have a what?
E.
No way.
Okay.
I just had a student come to the door and say, hey, do you have an E in your name? And I know she left another math class to come and ask that.
Miss Bendis.
Slightly confused. Yeah, that look, correct.
Does she have you for advisory?
Yes.
That's why.
Ah,
She wanted to write down her advisory teacher's name.
gotcha.
I'll go and spell it right before.
I think that they'll probably spell it better than central office. So, we're here. Area. So, we still have Unit 1 be the very first thing of note is the measurement in square units of the inside of a flat surface. So we are still, oh bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you need a Kleenex? Okay. The inside of the circle in square units. So a circle is tough because we can't just multiply height times base because it's a circle. Like there is no height, there is no base. So there is only one formula for the area. Notice how circumference had radius and diameter? We do not use the diameter for area. The area of a circle is A equals pi times r squared. Pi r squared. And there's a dad joke way back in the day where a kid's doing his math homework and he's looking at it like dad comes in, the son's doing the math homework, dad looks over his shoulder and goes, "Pies aren't squared, son. They're round." I love being a dad so I can use these jokes. Pi r squared. R squared means r times r. Can we do the area if we have the diameter? Well, we'll find out. But you need to have this. This needs to be prominent. Prominent meaning important, really flashing out in your notes. So, area equals pi r squared. Let's see a nice easy example. Here's my circle. There's my center. And it's going to say A equals stuff. We don't know what area is going to be. We need to figure out what the area is going to be. Okay? Before we do anything else, I want you to help me write the equation. And again, I know it's a silly dad joke, but it's really how I've never forgotten area. Pies are squared. They're not squared. They're round. Because you can't put pi r round. That's ridiculous. So you put pi r squared. That means pi times r to the second power. Well, we know now by looking at this whole problem what r is, and we already know what pi is. Pi. So, area equals. What is pi for this class, Luke?
3 and 14 minutes.
Very good. Great way to say it. 3 and 14/100 times. And I'm going to put parentheses and a second power immediately. Immediately, I leave parentheses and a second power. Because I know that whatever in that parentheses, I have to do to the second power. So what number am I putting in those parentheses? Izzy, what number am I going to put in those parentheses? 3. The radius, r, is 3. Okay. Now notice, I'm going to switch colors just so we can understand something. This 3 squared is going to happen first. Okay? This 3 squared is going to happen first. I'm going to have 3 and 14/100 still times something. What does 3 squared actually mean? What does 3 squared actually mean, Emma? What do you mean? Tell me exactly what you...
No, isn't it like, so like you do 3 times 3.
Very good. 3 squared means 3 times itself 2 times. So 3 times 3. What's 3 times 3? Ms. Adams. What's 3 times 3?
9.
A 9. It is a 9. Questions on that? So now I have 3 and 14/100 times 9. Now I can finish off my multiplication. So everybody is going to do this multiplication. 3 and 14/100 times 9. Find me my area. Go. So do 3 and 14/100 times 9. Find me my area. Good. Now, yes and no. The numbers. But you don't have. Okay. 9 times 4 is 36. We put the 1, we carry the 10. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. We put the 1's unit, we carry the 10's. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. There's nothing to carry to. So we put it, and I get 2,826. Math genius. Owen, why is your hand up, Owen?
Because you.
No. Math genius.
All right, Mr. Math Genius.
Okay.
So.
Go ahead.
So you missed your decimal point.
Okay, so how do I find out where my decimal point goes?
You move over 2 places because there's 2 numbers behind the decimal.
So going from the right to the left is 2 jumps. So I start at the right, to the left is 2 jumps. So it's now 28 and 26 hundredths. But if you give me 28 and 26 hundredths, I'll have to mark that wrong. Because area is always squared. So what am I going to put, Taylor?
Right corner.
Not quite, Renee. Well, this is just meters. 2 m's is millimeters. I'd have to put the unit and then the 2 up in the right-hand corner, Taylor. You knew that part, but I've got to put the unit squared. Questions on that one? Pretty easy, right? Yes, sir. Okay. Let's do another example. I'm not going to erase the formula. But we're going to make it a little bit trickier. Here's my circle. And I'm going to say area equals. So copy this down and then start to think about how we're going to solve for the area. Avery, what is the formula, just the basic formula for area?
Area equals 3, wait.
Yeah, you can say that, that's fine.
Pi.
So 3.14, because that's what you're going to say. I like that. Times
Radius.
radius, what?
Squared.
Squared. Good. Okay, so 3.14, 3 and 14 hundredths is pi. I love that you actually replaced that immediately. Okay. So, let's see. Rebecca, what's my radius? Rebecca, maybe here's a better question. Do I have my radius? Is this right here the radius? So if this is the diameter, okay, you knew this was the diameter, so that's not the radius. How can I go from the diameter to find my radius? How do I go from the diameter to find the radius? Go ahead, Emma.
So could you do take the diameter and cut it in half?
Very good. Say that one more time.
Take the diameter, cut it in half, divide by 2.
Yeah. To go from the diameter to the radius, we divide it by 2. 10 divided by 2 leaves me 5. We know the radius is 5. So you can still find the area when you're given diameter, but you have to find the radius. So now I can substitute in, say, area equals 3 and 14 hundredths times 5 squared. Then I can say area equals 3 and 14 hundredths times, well, I'm going to box this. What does 5 squared mean? What am I multiplying, Layton?
You're doing 5 times 5.
Very good. Doing 5 times 5. Yes, ma'am?
How will you know if it's diameter? I know how to know, why didn't you just do that?
What is the formula for area? has to be radius to do the formula for area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's 5 times 5? Luke? 25. So now I've got 3 1400ths times 25. Do it. 3.14 times 25. That's how I'm going to find my area. I have no idea. I have done it all, but I'm guessing that's probably close. Okay. So we're going to multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. The 0 goes, 2 carries. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. We're moving to the second digit, so we put a placeholder in the first one. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times, we don't need that one anymore. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 0, 15, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2. So my area is 78 and 50 hundredths meters squared. Give me a thumbs up if you got that one correct. Beautiful. Okay. This one you are trying completely on your own. Tomorrow we're going to spend some more time with this.